Amazon sellers import food products into the United States every day. Coffee, tea, snacks, candy, supplements, beverages, and specialty foods from around the world. But what many Amazon sellers don't realize is that importing food into the United States comes with a major FDA responsibility. It's called FSVP, and failing to comply can create serious problems for your business. FSVP stands for Foreign Supplier Verification Program. It was created under the FDA Food Safety Modernization Act, also known as FSMA. The purpose of FSVP is simple. FDA wants U.S. importers to verify that foreign food suppliers are producing food that meets U.S. food safety requirements. Instead of relying solely on FDA inspections, the responsibility is placed directly on the importer. In other words, if you're importing food products into the United States, FDA expects you to know your supplier and understand how the products are being manufactured. Many Amazon sellers focus heavily on product sourcing, branding, and marketing, but FDA compliance is often overlooked. The reality is that many Amazon sellers become the FDA importer of record for their food products. That means FDA may consider them responsible for FSVP compliance, even if the manufacturer is located overseas, even if a freight forwarder handles shipping, and even if a customs broker files the entry paperwork. The importer remains responsible. FSVP commonly applies to imported food products such as coffee, tea, candy, chocolate, spices, snacks, seafood, beverages, dietary supplements, and many other food products intended for U.S. consumers. If the product is regulated as food by FDA and is imported into the United States, FSVP may apply. An FSVP program is much more than a simple form. FDA expects importers to evaluate and document the safety of their foreign suppliers. This may include supplier evaluations, hazard analyses, verification activities, supplier approval procedures, corrective action procedures, and ongoing compliance monitoring. The specific requirements vary depending on the product, supplier, and risk profile. That is why FSVP programs should be developed specifically for the importer and supplier relationship. One of the most common misconceptions is, my customs broker handles FSVP. In most cases, that's not true. Another common mistake is assuming the foreign manufacturer is responsible. Again, FDA generally places responsibility on the U.S. importer. Other common mistakes include having no written FSVP plan, using generic documentation, failing to evaluate suppliers, or waiting until a shipment arrives before addressing compliance requirements. These issues can create significant regulatory risks. FDA has increased enforcement of FSVP requirements in recent years. Importers may be asked to provide FSVP documentation during FDA inspections or compliance reviews. Having a compliant FSVP program helps demonstrate that your company has taken appropriate steps to verify supplier compliance and food safety practices. For growing Amazon brands, FSVP should be viewed as an important part of a long-term compliance strategy. FSVP requirements can seem overwhelming, especially for first-time importers. That is why Amazon sellers around the world trust FDA registration assistance. Our team helps importers with FSVP program development, FSVP agent services, supplier documentation reviews, FDA food facility registration, U.S. agent services, and broader FDA food compliance support. Whether you're importing one product or managing multiple brands, FDA registration assistance helps simplify the process. If you're importing food products for sale on Amazon, don't wait until FDA asks questions about your compliance program. Make sure your FSVP requirements are addressed before problems arise. Contact FDA registration assistance today and let our team help you build a compliant FSVP program for your Amazon business.